Epstein's insane online footprint. Off rip. Like, I don't even know anything about his online footprint. The only thing I do know is that, like, he had a Fortnite account and people were saying, oh, he's alive. He's still alive. He didn't kill himself because his Fortnite account went online, like, somewhere around after the time that he was already dead. So, I mean, that's just the dumbest shit ever. So, I don't know. I literally have no idea. I think it was like a couple months after he was dead, it said his Fortnite account was active. I mean, he literally just got hacked, I feel like, or it's just not his Fortnite account. Didn't he die when he was like 50? Like, he was like 60 when he died. Why would the fuck would he be playing Fortnite? Well, I mean, he was doing a lot of more weird shit than like Fortnite. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, I guess. But, all right, let's log in.
In 2010, shortly after being released from a 13-month jail sentence, Jeffrey Epstein received an alluring email. Would you be interested in having all that crap that comes up on a Google search on your name basically disappear? We know the right people to hire. Epstein responded with a simple yes. The man behind this offer was Al Seckel, an American author, writer, and visual artist. And
why the fuck is he offering to do this shit?
This email would mark the beginning of a long and elaborate campaign to suppress and silence any articles and reports made online surrounding Epstein's crimes. Shady online accounts were created with the sole purpose of deleting and altering facts on Epstein's Wikipedia.
Why? Why would that dude offer? Well, I mean, it's for money, obviously, but why are you offering to just help Jeffrey Epstein get his digital footprint removed? Like, that's what you're a scum of the earth at that point. Like, you're fucking weird, bro. Like, why are we doing this?
To paint him in a better light, I have been asked by Jeffrey Epstein to describe his biography in a professional and accurate way that does not involve any scandals or disreputable content. As a living person, this is his right. Edits across his Wikipedia page.
I mean, I feel like he shouldn't really have rights with the shit he did. I mean, he's fucking disgusting, so, but I guess.
Kept up, even leading to his mugshot getting completely removed, being replaced with a more recent photo, so that those who stumbled onto the page with no or little prior knowledge of who he was would have no idea of his disturbing.
This was 2010. This was the year I was born. But, back then, maybe they didn't know about the finance dude, Jeffrey Epstein. Maybe they didn't know about him or what he did. But now if you don't know Jeffrey Epstein, you're living under a fucking rock. It's the biggest shit in the entire world. It's fucking insane what he did. And, there's also a pretty big name of somebody that allegedly was involved in all this. So, it's pretty fucking big.
Past. A month into this coordinated plan, Seckel emailed Epstein, "It is 4:30 a.m. I've been up all night working on this project along with my team, pulling all-nighters too. As you well know, all these people are very serious people. Another group is building a different Jeffrey Epstein, a false identity site on sports.
This is
and
wild.
they're writing up all the content on that as I know nothing about sports." Sure enough, JeffreyEpsteinSports.com was created, supposedly detailing his opinions on current NBA and NFL-related news.
Who the fuck cares about what he has to think about who's the best basketball team, bro? Like, who cares, bro? You're fucking finance dude, bro. Like, this is the dumbest shit ever.
Though in reality, the person, or rather people, behind this website were all located in the Philippines, and this sports page was only one of many more websites created with the sole purpose of diverting attention from Epstein's crimes.
I feel like it's pretty hard to divert attention after, you're like human trafficking, and I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. If you don't know, why the fuck are you watching this video? I mean,
JeffreyEpstein.org had pretty much everything related to his philanthropy, essentially just showing the scientific research he was funding at the time. Another website, JeffreyEpsteinScience.com, was a lot more interesting because it detailed a conference that took place on St. Thomas Island, which for my fellow Americans, or anyone else who may be geographically challenged, is the island right next to Epstein's Island, Little St. James.
Yeah, some shit went down there. Speaking of Jeffrey Epstein, I do have a video with one of my friends. I'll link in the description down below. It was the first video I think he posted where he went, we were watching this dude, Jack Pembroke. You probably know him if you watch Joe Bart, but he snuck onto Jeffrey Epstein's ranch with ease. Like, he literally like slept over it, like right next to the ranch at night, and then in the morning just popped in and was just chilling there for an hour or two. I have no idea how, but I mean, I guess he did. So Yeah, that's crazy though. I feel like a lot of people. I mean, I feel like the ranch is more so just like was just like he just stayed there, but the island is definitely like we're doing shit there. You know what I mean? The ranch, I don't know. I don't know.
The Mindshift conference will take place in early January on the island of St. Thomas and at Jeffrey Epstein's private island in the Caribbean, Little St. James. The purpose is to bring together diverse backgrounds, expertise, and viewpoints to try to push the frontiers of substantive topics. The attendees listed consisted mostly of academics, professors, researchers, scientists, you name it. The conference itself, hosted in January of 2011, while not filmed or recorded, turned out to be such a terrible event. Epstein emailed Seckel pretending to be someone named Susan. It was without a doubt the worst meeting we have ever funded. Seckel, to his own credit, was smarter than a bag of rocks and called out Epstein directly, leading to their eventual falling out. Now, Epstein both funded and ran many conferences in the US Virgin Islands, with the Mindshift conference being just one of them, always inviting scientists with important achievements or backgrounds like Stephen Hawking, who allegedly
Like, the thing about that is I've seen so much stuff of it on TikTok. I don't know if it's AI or if it's real. I think it might actually be in like you can search up the files. You can look through thousands. I think there's millions of files and pictures and documents that you can look through online publicly. I mean, there are some that are kind of missing a little bit. They kind of involve somebody. I'm not even gonna say who, but definitely a little suspicious. So yeah, but I mean, I've seen some devious photos of Stephen Hawking, I think like in makeup or some crazy shit. Like, I don't know, but is that real? I have no idea. It wouldn't surprise me, honestly. It's because I mean, he was fucking friends with him apparently. So, and he was on the flight log. So
he visited the island. However, even though Epstein had thrown countless events on his island, he wasn't looking for media attention. Though in an age of advanced technology, there were bound to be some exceptions. Most notably, Pinterest, Spotify, and Amazon accounts all used in his personal life, separate from his—
What kind of music was Jeffrey Epstein listening to? I don't know. Like maybe like some opera. I could see some like classy piano music in there. I don't know. Maybe he was listening to fucking Tupac. I mean, I have no idea, bro.
more business-related profiles. His Pinterest has a board named Ideas for the House, which is generally just filled with art pieces and lights. The one saved pin
that does look
definitely
pretty cool,
stands out, of a Humpty Dumpty nursery dresser.
We're just gonna let it play.
As a reminder, Epstein didn't have kids of his own, so why the hell would he need a dresser for babies? And it somehow gets even worse. His Amazon account has over a dozen purchases of toys for toddlers and young.
You see, I don't even know what to say about that. This is just fucking insane. Wait a minute. Some of these were delivered as soon as 2019. Wasn't he getting charged and convicted around this time? It had to have been like a month or two after this that he was like arrested, right? Or am I wrong? Like, that is like not that long at all. But wasn't he facing charges like this like in the early 2000s and then again in 2015 and stuff like this? So I don't know. I seriously don't even know what's going on at this point. So
Children. And among one of his last purchases made was the book Lolita.
Lolita? Wait a minute. I was thinking where I know this book from. Oh my God. I've seen this thing on TikTok so many times. That is a book about a dude that falls in love with his stepdaughter who's like 14 or like 12. And they made a movie about it. And I keep saw it on TikTok like a while back. I was like, what is this? I keep seeing so many like comments and stuff like talking about how it's like disgusting and all that. I was wondering what that was. Oh my God. No fucking wonder he bought that book. Holy shit. That is insane. That's insane.
The items Epstein bought were found and put together using receipts found in his emails. And knowing that as of right now, only half of the Epstein files have been released, there's a good chance he bought many more of these kinds of things on Amazon. His Spotify account, Gvacation, was used quite often, having 19 playlists, excluding
There's no way. There's no way.
Certified Gangster Bops, which was added after someone hacked into his account
I was gonna say, there's no way, bro.
years later. His actual playlists consisted of Elton John, the Beatles, and
The Beatles? Elton John's pretty good. He's got some classics. The Beatles, too.
everyone's favorite rapper, Beethoven.
See? I wasn't wrong.
Epstein also had 2 playlists titled Paris Flight and Paris Return, with mostly old rock classics and slower.
There's some Eric Clapton in here, some Van Halen, Queen, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, Jimi Hendrix, The Doors, The Who. I mean, I feel like these are pretty basic, like rock, like oldish, like rock stuff, like shit that like your fucking dad or grandparents will listen to. 100% your grandparents, I'm in.
Jazz music, respectively. This account, surprisingly, is still up and hasn't been deleted like almost every other profile of his across social media, which is something I wish more of these companies like Twitter, Pinterest, and all of the others did. I mean, the guy's dead, he's not using them anymore, and deleting his old accounts is harmful to potential investigations. There could be photos, links, or any type of evidence across them that could point to others involved in Epstein's criminal activities that we now just don't have, only being able to rely on limited archives of them for information. Now, while these accounts are all interesting, there is one more side of things we haven't talked about yet: Epstein's YouTube activity. He did have at least one account here on YouTube named Little Saint Jeff, which we know was officially his due.
What was Jeffrey Epstein watching on YouTube? Like, I feel like he's probably watching probably some Markiplier. I don't know, bro. I have no idea. Maybe probably like some geographic shit or something like that.
Due to this email of his YouTube Red subscription, though his overall channel never posted any videos or commented under any other videos as far as we know. He did, however, get sent YouTube videos from loads of other people, like the old-ass actor Woody Allen and his wife Suni.
Yo, Woody Allen, bro. That dude's got some crazy shit. I don't know if this is true, but I'm pretty sure he got with his, like, I think he got with his wife's daughter. He got with his stepdaughter, I'm pretty sure. He was like drastically younger than him or some crazy shit like that. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure, which that's insane. That's actually insane.
Previn, who seemed to have a really cozy friendship over the years. Suni and Epstein even messaged each other to gossip about and insult a 15-year-old victim of Anthony Weiner's. While these two are teaming up to insult a 15-year-old girl, there hasn't been any concrete proof that Suni or Woody Allen participated in any of Epstein's crimes, at least with the evidence we have available at the moment. Now, while scrolling through his YouTube email activity, I came across this. Thank you for the offer to cover the 737 training. This video of my work, priceless War Wings viral prank. It's not released or edited completely yet, so please keep private for now. The YouTube video is a roughly 5-minute unlisted prank titled War Wings Final Cut with no subs. The premise of the video was to prank a flight instructor using a certified pilot, to pretend as if she has no flight experience at all as she takes over and performs these insane stunts. The interesting part of this whole thing is the female pilot doing the pranking, Nadia Marcinko, Epstein's main pilot throughout the years, flying him to and from his island. Also becoming one of his quote-unquote girlfriends. Many of Epstein's victims have claimed that she participated in his crimes, and was very involved in his personal life. And while she was one of his co-conspirators, Nadia is also very much one of Epstein's victims. One victim back in 2008, whilst talking about Nadia, claimed that Epstein had purchased her from her family in Yugoslavia.
Whoa, that's fucking insane. You're telling me that he bought her and now she's just flying him everywhere and just helping him with these crimes now. That's fucking insane.
Epstein bragged he brought her into the United States to be his Yugoslavian slave. So while Nadia was very much one of his accomplices, she was also a victim. Now, regarding this video, there's still one question. Who is the person behind this channel? Izmir Mujab. One Google search will give you one main person of interest. Ahmad Izmir Mujab, the CEO of a Malaysian company, Crewstone International, a private equity and investment firm. Though what does the CEO of a large financial investment firm
raise
have to
the
do with
image?
some random unlisted prank video involving Epstein's main pilot? Well, when you dig a little deeper into Izmir Mujab, you'll come to find out that he was the man behind a YouTube channel named Maxman TV that has over 1.1 million subscribers. The channel posted videos that are equivalent to today's brain rot TikToks, bad fake pranks. Now, while scrolling through these masterpieces that would put Tommy Wiseau's The Room
WWE moves in public fails, Fast and Furious, washing cute cats and kittens in washing machine. Fuck are these?
to shame, one video stands out. One of
It's that one.
the last to ever be posted on Maxman TV.
One of the last two? Buddy, isn't there like fucking 3 up here?
Hot pilot pranks instructor in a fighter plane. This video was the same as the unlisted one Izmir posted on his hidden channel, albeit a little bit shorter, and the description has much more information. This time we took the prank to the skies. We teamed up with Nadia Marcinko and the people at War Wings to prank a flight instructor in Palm Springs, California. Watch what
Okay, this is a video. Why is there an unlisted version of it that's a bit longer? That's specifically, I'm pretty sure it's just made to send to him. What?
happens when Nadia goes undercover as a nerd and pretends to be clueless. So now it's pretty clear from both of these channels that Izmir Mujab, CEO of Crewstone International, was behind this prank video involving Nadia. There's just one missing piece. Who sent this email to Epstein? If it was Nadia, then it's much more likely that Izmir knew little to nothing about her connection to Epstein. However, if Izmir sent this email or was in contact with Epstein at all, things would be a lot more suspicious. Because as much as his associates would rather you forget, Epstein was a registered sex offender after 2008, and many in his circle knew what he was up to. Though in this case, Izmir Mujab seems to be...
Which, I mean, that really goes to show you, even if there weren't people that were on the flight log, anybody that I was associated with him after that happened, I say no matter what, they're fucking weird. You're a fucking weirdo if you're hanging out with a registered sex offender. You're fucking weird. Like, that's just plain and simple. There's no doubt around it. There's no sugarcoating it. You're a fucking weird. You're a weirdo.
Innocent, and it's more likely the person behind this email is either Nadia or someone else. Because Ahmad Izmir Mujab's name doesn't show up once in the files or in anything associated with Jeffrey Epstein. The only thing he's proven guilty of is bad pranks. There was one more rabbit hole I wanted to dig into, Aviloop.
Welcome to Aviloop, your collective buying website for anything aviation.
Founded in 2011 by
Got
Nadia
it.
Marcinko, Aviloop.com served as a hub for aviation-related services. Welcome to Aviloop, the one and only aviation deal website for pilots, aircraft owners, jet setters, and aviation enthusiasts. The website primarily sold discounts for flights, merchandise, and most things aviation-related. As far as I understand it, the way it worked was that upon signing up to Aviloop, they would send you an email with various deals. You would pick and buy one, then receive an Aviloop voucher, which you would use at the discounted location. So Aviloop was giving individuals the discounted deals to use on other businesses that we can assume agreed to work with them. At least that's what they claim. There's a lot of things that just seem off about the company. For one, they have a pretty apparent focus on deal attendance, girls that Aviloop customers could have a chance at winning a one-on-one video call with, which is very odd to be placed on a website claiming to be about aviation. And not only was this website associated with Epstein through Nadia, but he also was very much involved in it, funding it and emailing others dozens of times about it. When you look through the Aviloop discussion board on their website for users to post or talk about these deals, you'll realize that there aren't any responses, at least to the vast majority of these posts, which mention things like tattoo-lits, memberships, and flying lessons. From what we can see, Aviloop was a very low-key website, and looking up the name of the company leads to basically no results prior to 2019. It's all very suspicious, because via Epstein's email history, we know that payments of tens of thousands of dollars were being sent to Aviloop, and probably more that we don't know about. Why would a company so off the radar make so much money offering primarily discounts? Many online have begun to theorize that Aviloop was a front for something nefarious.
I don't know. The video they showed at the beginning was fucking weird, though. That, like, seemed like some dark shit that you would just see on fucking TikTok. Which, bro, I've been seeing so much just random, like, dark shit on my TikTok or you page that's, like, actually, like, keeping me up all night. I've been up for fucking hours. It's, like, 11 a.m. I've been up for fucking ever now. Like, yeah, it's fucking, I literally can't sleep. Like, it's fucking horrible. It's, like, the most creepiest facts and shit that I would think I'm better off with just not knowing. So yeah, I don't know about this airplane shit or whatever. I think maybe I'm not that intelligent to put the pieces together on this one, but you know.
Especially knowing that Epstein had a large role to play in its creation and financials. And I think there's a high chance that Aviloop wasn't exactly what they claim to be.
They have shorts? Or do they just auto-generate in the shorts?
Looking into the deal attendants themselves will lead you down an even further rabbit hole. As of right now, there are 3 deal attendants that we know existed: Shannon, Ashley, and Claire. Shannon is Shannon Cusack, a friend of Nadia's who even lived with her in New York for a short time. Shannon, alongside Deco workers, helped Nadia work on Aviloop's creation, though they claimed long after that they had no knowledge of Nadia's ties to Epstein and her shady past. Now, Deca is a company founded by Dean Kamen, who created the Segway. They mainly focus
The Segway. The creator of the Segway. The Segways are dead. I don't know who the fuck uses a Segway anymore. Besides like mall cops, which, I mean. But when you think of a Segway, when I think of a Segway, I think of Paul Blart. That's pretty much it. And then there's just nothing else I could possibly think of when it comes to a Segway. So.
on research and advancements in technology.
Well, that's Epstein's partner with the creator of a Segway.
Kamen has also been known to be pretty good friends with Epstein over the years, so it makes sense that his company was partially associated with Aviloop. The second girl shown as a deal attendant is Ashley McRoy, a professional model who unfortunately passed away to cancer 6 years after this video was filmed.
Rip.
The third girl, Claire, is a lot more mysterious, with virtually no information about who she is, stumping many in the Aviloop online investigation, so I did a little digging. We know that Ashley was a professional model in her mid-20s that worked in New York during her Aviloop commercial, and Shannon was in the same boat, so we can also probably assume that Claire was a professional model based in New York City in 2011, likely aged somewhere in the early to mid-20s. This led me down a long path of dozens and dozens of different Claires in New York, but none of them match the girl shown on Aviloop. There seemed to be no clear trace of anyone named Claire that fit those characteristics. And that's because Claire actually wasn't like Shannon or Ashley at all. This girl is Claire Davison, and at the time, 16-year-old ballet dancer and actress, who for some reason was given a job as a deal attendant here at Aviloop. Though we don't know much more beyond that. But
like, yeah, like they're just looping the same like clips that it's just like actually creeping me the fuck out, bro. Like, holy shit.
Because of this Facebook post from 2012 that lists Claire as being 17, we know for a fact that during the filming of Aviloop's promotional videos a year prior, she was underage. So what the hell is the deal with Aviloop? If you've seen Nick Crowley's video, you'd know that with the exception of Claire's identity, this was essentially where the mystery ended. But there had to be something more that could give more information about what this company truly was. So I did even more digging and came across this blog, created by Nadia Marcinko, all about Aviloop. The website features much less and was pretty obviously given much less attention than their main website. However, one thing does stand out. We are going to AOPA Summit. We just registered for AOPA Aviation Summit, September 22nd to 24th in Hartford, Connecticut. 3 days of living and breathing general aviation. You can only imagine the smiles on our faces right now. We will be spreading the news about Aviloop and how we can help improve GA. We are going to have our deal attendants present and picture ready. All you lucky attendees get to meet and take photos with the lovely ladies and sign up for our free mailing list. We are so excited to be surrounded by people who love aviation just as much as we do. Let us know if you are going to, and check back for more updates. The AOPA Summit is a yearly event hosted by the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association for fans of all things aviation. And in both 2011 and 2012, Nadia posted to this blog page that both her and Aviloop's deal attendants would be at the event. I skimmed through every single video filmed of these two summits that I could find on YouTube, but unfortunately I couldn't find a single sighting of her. I felt like a conspiracy theorist scanning the trees looking for Bigfoot, but instead of a big gorilla, I was looking for a blonde Slovakian woman dressed as a flight attendant. Now, although there might not be—
Now that's a little crazy to say. I mean, I feel like you could find that pretty easily on certain websites.
footage of her or any deal attendants at the event, there was an audio recording. In a now deleted interview of the Airplane Geeks podcast on episode 169.5, they interviewed many individuals that attended the AOPA summit in 2011, and one of the guests was Nadia. The podcast only has episodes available that were recorded after 2019, and I couldn't figure out a way to retrieve the deleted MP3 file, but thanks to a Redditor from 7 years ago, we have a quote. When asked about how she became a pilot, she explains, quote, "I was a model that was scared of flying, then took a flight lesson and I guess it worked." We now know that Nadia and the others actually did attend these AOPA summits in 2011 and 2012. Now, there's one last active lead in the Aviloop investigation, that being an alleged sister company to it named Aviatry. The website is pretty normal, giving a basic rundown of courses, training, and employment, stating that their main mission is to increase the number of female pilots around the world. From what I can find, this website seems completely legit. The thing that bothered some people online years back was that Aviatry was not only somewhat similar to Aviloop, providing aviation-related services, but it also shared some business connections. According to one Redditor, someone named Lana Smith worked for both Aviloop and Aviatry, developing the two websites. This allegedly comes from her LinkedIn, but it seems as though she deleted that part from her profile sometime after attention was drawn to it. I know some of you may be thinking that this could be fake coming—
Sorry if I'm not talking that much. I don't really know what to add on to most of this, to be honest with you.
From a Redditor, but I'm actually willing to believe them. Because under an archived version of Aviatry's now deleted Facebook page, one company is listed in the related pages section that stands out. Earth Ahead, an eco-friendly lifestyle brand that was founded by Lana. So given that Aviatry's very small Facebook page with suspiciously very little engagement showed a connection to Lana's company, I think it's safe to assume this Redditor was telling the truth. There's one final connection I could find between Aviatry and Aviloop. While scrolling through Aviatry's Instagram and checking to see who they were following, I found out that they were actually following Shannon Cusack, ex-deal attendant for Aviloop and once friend of Nadia Marcinko. It's also worth mentioning that Aviatry's last Instagram post was 1 month before Epstein was—
Now that is, that's pretty suspicious. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe these stop posting,
eliminated, and their Facebook account was taken down sometime around then as well. It could be a complete coincidence or something to look into in the future. Overall, while there isn't any hard evidence of trafficking or anything along those lines regarding Aviloop, the whole thing is extremely suspicious and concerning, because at the very least, an alleged teenage girl was hired to work and act as a deal attendant, possibly even taking one-on-one video calls with random online Aviloop customers. If any other updates come out in regards to this rabbit hole, I'll be sure to leave them in the comments below. Now, there's one final Epstein rabbit hole I found that I'm genuinely shocked I haven't seen anyone talk about before, and it revolves around everyone's favorite topic, AI. In the recently released files, it was revealed that Epstein was funding research into robotic toddlers. This all started—
What in the fuck is going on? No. Am I the only one that just heard that right? You kind of look like Kevin Hart. What the fuck? Extra links for him. Wait, let me get back to my train of thought. That is fucking insane. We're looking into robotic toddlers. what the regular toddlers weren't enough for you? Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? This is fucking disgusting. Like,
Started in the early 2000s when Epstein began to dip his toes into artificial intelligence research, funding a meeting called the St. Thomas Common Sense Symposium, which took place on, you guessed it, St. Thomas Island. Years later, Epstein got in contact with and began to work with and fund 2 individuals researching AI. Former University of Tennessee professor Itamar Arel and Ben Goertzel. Emails between Goertzel and Epstein show that Epstein funded this research into a, quote, robotic toddler. So at that pace, we could plausibly have the robot toddler in 2017 to 2018. And from a robot toddler with common sense, understanding of its environment, and the corresponding natural language constructions to much more advanced AGI, I believe is not such a large step. Anyway, once we have a robot toddler in hand, funding will not be one of our many problems. Now, if you've been on the internet for a long time, you may remember Sophia, who in 2016 took the internet by storm, because Sophia was the first AI-powered humanoid robot to ever be created, and Ben Goertzel was one of the main researchers behind it, being the, at the time, chief scientists of the company who created her. So while we don't really know if the robotic toddler was ever actually created, we do know that Jeffrey Epstein, through funding of Goertzel's research, unironically contributed to the creation of the world's first AI humanoid robot, Sophia. I didn't think AI's reputation could get any worse than it already is, but I guess I was wrong.
Disgusting.
As always, don't go out of your way to harass or bother anyone mentioned in this video. And as I stated earlier, if any new information or leads come out, I'll leave them in the description or in a pinned comment below.
That has got to be the most insane shit. Like, I thought it was just going to go into like, oh, his Fortnite account and this other stuff like that. But no, it went into like full on, like he was like, I don't even know. He was like investing in AI robotic toddlers and all this other weird shit. Like, I don't get it. I don't even know. Yeah, make sure to go subscribe to this dude and yeah, give this video a like. But yeah.